A widow, known in Hebrew as an almana, is a woman whose husband has died. This is a simple way to say something very deep that changes a life completely. In Jewish law, this change isn't just about feelings. It's a big shift in her legal and social standing. The law sees her as vulnerable right after the death, and it creates a plan to give her stability, respect, a clear way forward. That plan helps with her immediate needs, her long-term safety, and her ability to start life over. Rules about widows appear across Jewish law, Torah itself, the Talmud, later law books. All these sources stress the community must help someone after such a loss. The law's aim is to turn great weakness into respect, independence, and safety. A widow's financial safety is a very important thing in Jewish law. The main tool is the Ketubah, the Jewish marriage contract. A beautifully illuminated ketubah shows how central it is. It's more than a fancy paper, it's a binding legal agreement. One of its key jobs is to define how much money a wife should get, and other things she should receive from her husband's estate, if he dies, or if they divorce. The rabbis made this rule so a woman is not left with nothing. The ketubah amount is a primary debt against the husband's property. Before children receive inheritance, the widow's ketubah must be paid in full. Before other relatives, her claim comes first. Land, money, and valuables secure the payment. She may choose ongoing support from the estate or a lump sum ketubah, whichever best gives safety and independence. Protections for a widow go beyond money. They live in the community itself. The Torah commands care for the widow, the orphan, and the stranger. This is a moral and legal duty, not just advice. Mistreating a widow is a very serious sin. In the Beit Din, her case is prioritized. Rabbis knew a widow might lack resources to fight, so courts must hear ketubah and support claims right away. Quick action prevents costly, draining delays. The gates of prayer are sometimes closed, but the gates of tears are never closed. Judges can place liens and compel full disclosure of assets. They enforce her rights with legal power. Outside court, the community brings meals, jobs, and friendship. Legal rights, swift courts, and communal care form a many-layered support system. A widow is not alone. She is surrounded by a plan of protection. Jewish law allows and often encourages remarriage. Seeking companionship and family is natural and important, but there are clear rules and waiting times. They ensure clarity and honor for the deceased. Main rule: wait 90 days after the husband's death. Reason 1. To avoid paternity confusion and inheritance disputes. 3 months links any pregnancy to the late husband. Reason 2. A fixed time for mourning, Shiva, and Shloshim. Space to grieve and choose wisely. A Kohen has added restrictions from priestly laws. A Kohen cannot marry a widow or a divorced woman. These rules reflect duties, not a judgment on her. For most Jewish men, marrying a widow is permitted and celebrated. The wait honors the past and prepares a stable future. Protections differ for widows and widowers. Historically, men earned and owned more property. Women faced sharper economic and social vulnerability. A widower's legal standing usually stayed intact. He mourns, but faces fewer remarriage limits. While a widow waits 90 days, a widower may marry sooner, sometimes after Shloshim. Texts mention after the festivals, practice often shorter. Paternity concerns don't apply to men, and childcare pressures are real. The law addressed different risks each faced. A widower inherits, the ketubah system supports the widow. Modern roles have changed, but the core aim was practical fairness. Not equal in a modern sense, designed to solve real problems then. Focus remains, protect the spouse likeliest to be at risk. Jewish law shows commitment to fairness, kindness, and human respect. Loss creates a hole in the heart and social vulnerability and financial strain. The law builds a strong legal plan and a strong social plan to empower and protect. Immediate stability and long-term safety. Full legal independence to manage her affairs and choose her path. A financial base. Ketubah and support from her husband's possessions. The legal system becomes her ally, prioritizing and protecting her case. Tools to solve problems, not dependence, but a bridge to self-sufficiency. Remarriage rules balance respect for the past and hope for the future. time to grieve and to rebuild with dignity. By legal rights, financial support, and communal backing,